My name is Maria Furness, and this is my digital storytelling project. Starting where it all began, my family. Here's my family genogram. Some patterns I wanted to point out. The men in my family are providers, both starting with my grandpas, my dad, all my uncles. If you're a man in my family, it's expected that you're the breadwinner. And if you're a woman in my family, it's expected that you are a homemaker and you stay home and raise the kids. So it's kind of what I saw for myself. That's what was modeled for me, even in my own mom. So I didn't spend a lot of time thinking about what I wanted to do um, career wise. Something else that's important in my family is education. None of my grandparents had higher education, but all of my aunts and uncles have. And myself and all of my siblings have reached higher education, including a master's degree with my dad and two of my sisters. So I knew that was a big value for me and a way to advance in the world and do something respectable. And my family, on average, has done more white collar work, more office based jobs, other than my two grandpas and one uncle. But I could tell in the way that they talked about my uncle, that's not the kind of work that my family valued. So if and when I did think about having a job, it was always an office job. And a relational pattern that I noticed is my dad and my grandpa were somewhat of workaholics. They weren't home a lot, and something I knew I wanted is that work-life balance of the person I marry or myself. I want that family life to be central and to work and do something meaningful, but not to be married to my work. I entered the workforce at the age of 17. I worked at Walmart. Two of my siblings before me worked at Walmart as well, as a cashier at Walmart. And I liked that it was easy. I liked that it was fun to make some money. But the tension point I often felt was between the job being comfortable and boring. And I think that's kind of my litmus test for what's comfortable for me in a career capacity. But I did find out I liked working with people, I liked routine, but I knew it wasn't fulfilling. It was very much just a job. And then it came time to pick college. All of my siblings went to Franciscan University. I'm the youngest of six. It's a small Catholic school in Ohio, so I knew it was expected I do the same. So I did. I had no idea what I wanted to do for school. Like I said, my the message I received was my MRS degree was more important, a more important focus for me, and the Catholic aspect of it. So I focused more on friends, kind of religious studies, and a lot of how I conceptualize the world is kind of the big thing I got out of school, which I do feel like I benefited from, but it was never degree focused. So I picked English because it's something I was good at, but I knew I didn't want to teach and I knew I didn't want to write professionally, so I had no idea what I wanted to do with it, but I pursued it anyway. I put in marketing because it felt like a respectable thing to do. And then for my thesis, interestingly enough, I did write about some how those two correspond with emotions, because counseling and those things were an outside interest for me, but I'd already picked my trajectory for my career, so I felt like I couldn't pivot. And psychology felt like a soft skill for me, and I knew I'd have to get my master's, so it's just in the background. My summer after my freshman year of college, I worked at Bunker Beach's guest services, so admissions, stacking tubes, things like that. I loved this job because it was a great environment. Everyone I worked with was close to my age, and it was great to work somewhere with a positive culture. And it's the first time I experienced that, and I knew I wanted that again in a future career. But it also felt like less respectful work, so it was very much a summer job. But I really enjoyed the variety and the people that I met there. So those were two skills I wanted to transfer, but I did feel more pressure to have an office job or um, something that reflected my age and skill level. While I was in college, I worked at Switchboard, which is the main hub in our student center, answering phones and things like that. It was mostly just a job where I chatted, but it was a cool job, quote unquote, and it was a lot of fun. But also, I had a rough dynamic where my boss didn't super trust me. She, in general, I think, was just going through a hard time, and it was a rough work environment, but it made it worse that for me socially. So that's the first time the social piece outweighed um, not poor management, but just a rough relationship with management. And it was a good way to earn extra money. And I also did some freelance editing on the side. My summer after my sophomore year of college and my senior year of college during the summers, I worked at Trinity Day Camp, which is a Christian day camp for kids from 5 to 12. So you see Christianity woven throughout that again as a theme. And then working with kids was so fun for me. That's the first time I really learned I loved working with kids. I come from a big family with 17 nieces and nephews, but I enjoyed working with other people's kids. But I didn't like the teaching aspect, but I felt like if I was going to work with kids, that was the only door open to me. But I liked the one-on-one piece and hearing about their home lives, but I didn't see counseling as something it was still in the periphery at this point. So it's something I enjoyed, but I was already in too deep with English. I was going into my senior year. So it was a fun summer job and I felt passionate about it. I really enjoyed the work environment, the flexibility, but I knew it was something I had to set aside. And then I got my first quote unquote adult job. I started the week after I graduated college. Going into my senior year, I knew there was a lot of pressure on me to get a job because my parents were 65, so I was going to age out of their health insurance. So I knew I had to get a real adult job. I found it on Indeed.com. I wasn't qualified for it. They needed somebody with a strong graphic design background. I didn't have that, but applied anyway. And they liked that I was young, so they could mold me, and the fact that I came from a Catholic college. I learned a lot and have still learned a lot from this job. I'm still here 5 years later. I learned a lot about office dynamics, how to send emails and all of those things, but also office politics, the importance of company culture, facing transitions in a workplace, both with people quitting, and I lost two coworkers to COVID. I worked here while COVID was happening, so learning how to face work-life balance in a new way, working from home, how being in an office versus at home shifts an office environment, and how environmental factors can impact workplace wellness and also my well-being. I learned a lot about how to set boundaries for myself here, um, both personally and with management, things like that. And even just developmentally, as I graduated college, more and more developmentally, finding out who I am. As I was working at St. Pat's, I was also very aware that it was a job, not a career. And a lot of my friends had started careers, both in nursing or being a counselor. And I knew this was a job, so I felt like I had found my next step in working here, but not the step where I wanted to end up. And then during COVID, I discovered counseling. Um, I was in this parking lot talking with a friend through what I enjoyed about work and my skill set, and it kind of helped me discover that counseling fit for me, which felt a little vulnerable to admit, to pick a job that it fits with my skill set, but a personal skill set of picking a job and monetizing, being good at listening to people. But during this time, I also started my own personal counseling journey. Um, and it was the first time I saw my skills lined up right next to each other. So it wasn't an accident that I was good at listening and organization and working with people one on one, and counseling kind of came into focus for me. So I applied to Bethel and I had to do some prerequisite classes because I didn't have a background in it. Um, and it was personally very fulfilling for me because it's the first thing I did on my own. I didn't have to go to grad school, I was comfortable, and it's something I wanted to do. And I felt supported from people, and also the fear of switching fields and the unknown, but very glad that I did it. And just to wrap up, some patterns I noticed between work and well being, work life balance has been really important to me throughout my whole career trajectory. No matter how much I worked, having free time with friends and family has always been important to me. Relationships are the key for me when I'm looking for a job. That's way more important for me than getting stuff done. And having a positive work environment and doing something meaningful are two really important values for me. Kind of breaking the mold of my life role, being a woman in my family and deciding to work and support myself, and that's a goal I have for myself when I have kids. Looking at environmental factors with COVID happening, even developmentally, seeing myself grow up and seeing how I lived more into, as I got more comfortable with myself, I knew where I wanted to be more in the working world and felt more confident in my choices. And then just looking at my career path, seeing how each job kind of prepared me to be a counselor, with organization, with working with people, um, with trying something new, structure deadlines, how each step, even though it didn't seem like it at the time, was preparing me for the future work I'm doing in counseling, and the values that I saw modeled for me and the expectations led me to where I am today. And that is my career trajectory.